What's up, everybody? I am back with. What am I back with? Oh, I always forget. The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 9, Episode 18, Reunion Part 1. All right. It was good. Okay. It was better than the season. They didn't give much, but they gave something. But the reunion was really good. Okay. It was good, even without Karen, whose ass I'm about to get into in a minute. Um, Before I even start, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell button, okay? So let me just we're just gonna go ahead and do the damn thing, okay? So we opened up the episode with production talking to Karen. She looking real disheveled. Got on that raggedy hat, raccoon hat. Y'all not tell y'all Karen pissed me off so bad. Like, you could have been there. You could have been there. But I just I remember it was a time where I could not stand Karen. I mean, season one, two, three. Maybe she, to me, redeemed herself in like season 4, 5-ish. Um, but other than that, she didn't come. So production asked, "Do she have an issue with alcohol?" Karen said no. So based on that footage we saw, you didn't have an issue with alcohol, coupled with the fact that big back ass Sharice used to always say you was an alcoholic, right? But you don't have an issue with alcohol. Okay, girl. We we're just gonna let it slide. We're gonna let this slide. But at some point we cannot keep giving Karen grace. I I feel like, and I said this in my reviews, that I feel like Karen should not come back next season. So, yeah, go get yourself some treatment. But you don't get to come back next season. I don't care if you decide to come back as just Karen. You can sit your ass home and watch the next season. All right. So Karen says she knows a lot of people, look up to her. I want to say she said they call her auntie, grand dame, or whatever. She said, "I just want to let y'all know, don't do as I say. I'm sorry, don't do as I do, do as I say." Karen, if you don't get the hell out our face with this bullshit. That aggravated me because she scaved her way out of a reunion. And I really think that every person on any franchise who decide they don't want to show up and be held accountable or have their feet held to the fire should not be able to return next season. Kind of like those times what y'all did to Kenya. She couldn't return the next season because she went and got married without telling y'all. So the same accountability and the same standard y'all have for Kenya, y'all probably should have it for everybody else. I'm just saying, I know it's different production companies and people do things different, but when it comes to Bravo, y'all should have the same standard at as far as like reprimanding housewives. Anyway, so the ladies show up, everybody's getting their glam or whatever. Stacy goes to Ashley's room and asks if Karen was coming. Ashley was like, well, she's not here. They was like, no, we don't see her. So nobody knows. So Kay goes to Wendy's room and they had a conversation about Karen. And Kay was like, well, I don't see Karen. So Wendy was like, well, call her. Call her. So they called Karen. Karen sent them straight to voicemail. So I guess in their mind, they're like, well, we don't know. We just gonna see. So in regards, of course, we have to talk about the fashions, y'all. Giselle ate down. All right. I never get to say this about Taki. And she has definitely redeemed herself. She has come a long way from them bangs, y'all. She has come a long way from the bangs, but she looked good. I mean, she had the breath. I mean, the nails. I mean, she's already a pretty woman. Okay, we can't take that away from her, but she looked good, hands down. She really looked good. Ashley Ashley was just, everybody was pretty, but there was some that looked extremely good and some that just did not so much to me. Ashley was okay. It's not, she didn't give me a wow factor. Kay was an absolute no to me. From her hair to her dress, her breasts, it was just too much. It was just an absolute no to me. Stacy, me, meh, I guess. I guess. Wendy looked impeccable as she always do. Okay, her hair was hairing. I wonder if that was her real hair. I wonder, but her hair was hairing. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm still, I'm good, but I'm just getting out of the roughness of whatever it was that had me sick. So Wendy looked amazing. Mia, Mia dress was cute. Her hair, it looked like one of those wigs. And you know how everybody get that same wig? Like Marie got that same wig and it be looking like ate up from the back. That's what that wig looked like. But overall, I think that Mia was cute. She was cute. All right. Listen, I'm no fashionista, but I don't want to bore y'all with the fashions. I'm just tell y'all what I think, and we run through it, and that's it. And listen, if y'all think different, whatever y'all think, even with the review itself, just drop it down in the comments, and we could just go from there. So Andy asked, has anyone spoken to Karen? I think somebody said, well, the last time they spoke to her was Christmas. So, everybody hasn't really spoken to Karen since last month. Well, the reunion was January 9th. And so, a couple weeks, that's when everybody really spoke to Karen, I guess. So, Andy ran down, her charges, said she was found guilty, and then she checked herself in a rehab. So Giselle says that she thinks Karen checking in rehab is great, but she should have done it early on and, when everything happened. So I get that. And I do think that she should have. But then when you look at that footage, Karen don't think she did nothing wrong. And what pissed me off, now looking back at it, what pissed me off is she kept trying to go unscathed. She kept making it seem like she was innocent until we saw the footage. And now since the footage is out, you won't even show your face. That's what pisses me off. But you want to sit and hold everybody else accountable for any and whatever they do. So Wendy says, is she doing it because she needs help, or will it lighten the blow of her sentence? And I think everybody was thinking the same thing, but nobody didn't want to say it. I just feel like I think that it was both. I think she didn't want to come to the reunion. I think she did it so she won't have to come to the reunion and face everybody. Because she tried to make it seem like everything was all peaches and cream. Everything was all good in the neighborhood. Meanwhile, you sitting here talking about you Thomas Jefferson's concubine. You knew you was lit. And you cussing out the officers, asking another officer if he happy with his wife. Girl, you was a hot ass mess. And you really should have been here. I'm sorry. I want the best for Karen. I don't want her to go to jail. I'm glad that nobody was hurt. Thank God for that. But, you could have hurt yourself. And that's what Karen don't seem to understand and it's something about it makes me feel like Karen hasn't learned her lesson. I'm sorry. I just don't think she has. I think she's going to come back. They're going to let her come back the next season. And she's going to come back as just Karen, acting real superior. acting like she just so above it, like she ain't wrap her car around the tree. Or she ain't put her life as well as other people's lives in jeopardy. Again, I like Karen. I just think that something should be done for her negative behavior. I do not think she should be rewarded. Period. I don't care what she get from the court. See, what is that? Community service. Something. She needs something. I don't care. I don't care if she spent 5 days in jail. But something needs to happen. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, Stacy then decides, everybody should give Karen grace. Girl, sit your ass down. Because didn't Karen just call you raggedy? Once again, you get up here, taking up for her. Meanwhile, she don't give a damn about you. So let's either further piss me off, okay? Let's just take this a step further and piss me off even more, okay? So the video that Karen sent was bullshit. She sat on her sofa. Y'all, because I need to really articulate my words while I'm doing this video. Correct. So she sat on the couch. She had on all white. And cute. Karen looked good. Let me tell y'all something. I will give Karen that. Karen looks good. She sat on that couch. She got emotional. She thanked Giselle. She thanked Kay, Jassy, y'all, Candace, to whom is not even here this season, and Andy. Didn't say nothing about Wendy. So y'all, Wendy's facial expression just went from to like, y'all see that? And I think if I was Wendy, I would have felt the way. And so at the end of this speech, she decided that next season she's going to come back with Andy's permission. I want to come back as Karen Huger and not Grand Dame. Girl. Is she trying to secure her spot? Was that her trying to secure her spot? Anyway, so Andy asked Wendy, she seemed unmoved. Wendy says that she has been supportive of Karen, and she reached out to Karen. Wendy says that the things Karen has said to Stacy about her, coupled with this speech that she's given, she realized that Karen isn't her friend. Now, Giselle says to Wendy, I told you this. But Giselle, at the time, your opinion had no credibility. Zero credibility. Let's start there. Well, let me say this. Because they didn't get into it until season 6. Season 5 was the fight. So, Wendy came on season 5. You know, we ain't really like Wendy. She was getting on our nerves. Especially when Juan proposed to Robin. And she was doing all that stupid ass jumping around. Y'all, that still pissed me off. Sorry. I am sorry. Okay? Let me keep it together. So, Wendy was like, well, I didn't trust you. Now, to Giselle's credit, she told you this prior to y'all getting into it. And we did not forget that Karen did say Wendy did not fit the aesthetics of Potomac. Again, that's whole colorism 101, whatever. We gonna leave that there. Okay? Karen did not like Wendy because Wendy was educated for all those reasons. Anyway, um oh, so Wendy did say, listen, I hear what you're saying, and this is not what she said verbatim, but this is what I'm summing up. She says to Giselle, this is not what Karen presented to me. It's a difference. This is what you presented to me, that you don't like me. Karen may have said it, and I can believe you when you said she said it. Because if they said she did that, then she did that. However, Karen embraced Wendy. Let's be all the way clear, y'all. Karen really embraced Wendy. She did. So, when somebody comes to us, we get to know them, the better side of them, and we kind of go towards that better side. Even though they may have said something, we just sometimes override the better side that they present to us. Anyway, Andy found it interesting that she called herself Karen and not the Grand Dame. Again, she trying to solidify a spot for when she returned. I don't think she should return, but that's just my opinion. I love Karen. Love Karen down, but I don't think she should return. Okay? That's just me. Anyway, we do the Dr. Wendy montage. So we see in that montage, Giselle and Wendy repair their relationship. Wendy talked to her mom about resigning from John Hopkins as a professor. We see where Wendy did her segment at the White House and she brought along Karen. And then we see where Stacy has told Wendy what Karen said about her. So she says since leaving her position, it was a weight lifted off her shoulder because she didn't want to always be told what a professor should look and act like. And so Andy mentioned also the repairing of you and Giselle's friendship could be another thing that's keeping you so light these days, because they're not ostracizing Wendy. They are not throwing water in her face, hitting her with a purse, putting a speaker out, recording her. Basically, they're not treating her like shit. This has actually been Wendy's best season since the first season, but not her best season on the first season, but this has actually been her best season. So, for everything they tried to put her through, homegirl did come out on top. So we find out that Happy Eddie is still booming. Y'all, I really would like to try Happy Eddie. Stacy says she loves Happy Eddie. So then Giselle asked Stacy that she's trying to start her Happy Stacy business, basically. Stacy was like, what are you talking about? I believe Giselle. I believe it. I believe Stacy tried it, and now Stacy wants to venture in that business. So Giselle says, if you see Happy Stacy, don't be surprised. So my question is, what happened between Stacy and Giselle? Somebody mentioned in their review, and I want to say, I forget who, and I apologize, but credit to that person, that possibly some stuff may have happened behind the scenes. I do think that, but I also think that Giselle is taking on Karen's beef as from one OG to another. And so for some reason, she just got it in for Stacy. So Giselle asked Stacy, she said, did you have a meeting with someone? And Stacy says to that person in that meeting that she was that she was a celebrity. Stacy denied it. I think Stacy is lying. I think she's lying. I'm sorry, y'all. I think she's lying. But that's just me. Anyway, so Wendy was like, so you gonna do it and not tell me? Just asking her. And I don't think it was a big deal, but if you gonna do it, just let me know first. And so Andy was like, well, didn't you do the same with the candles with Karen? And Wendy was like, nah, Karen copied me. Karen just tried to add more wicks to her candles than Wendy. Anyway, Wendy's children, we talk about this inheritance. Somebody asked a question. One of the viewers asked a question about having her kids go to school and them receiving their master's degree upon getting their inheritance. So there's a trust for the kids. Each kid has a trust fund, and there are stipulations to said trust fund. And so if they get their master's degree, they get X amount of dollars. And if they speak Igbo, X amount of dollars in addition to them receiving their master's degree on top of their inheritance. And for Cam, I think that's her baby's name, if Cam joins AKA, she gets, while receiving her master's degree and learning Igbo, she gets X amount of dollars. Each stipulation comes with an amount, which I think that is amazing. Like, they got money. Okay, they got money. All right. So then we talk about the White House. Wendy says that she was very happy about the White House. She said she was proud. It was a proud moment for her. She said because we don't know what's going to happen in these next couple years. So even if it was the end, she still was happy about being able to go into the White House. Now, I know she was a correspondent, but I know as a correspondent, I don't know. But I thought that she was privy to being in the White House, but I guess she wasn't. So Andy asked her, did she regret, taking Karen along with her? And she said, yes. And I don't blame her. I know most people are probably like, don't regret it now since you heard what she said. But I would feel the same way Wendy felt. Because I just think Karen was so wrong when it came in how she's handling this Wendy situation. Now, I do want to say, I know we saw in the trailer, one of the trailers before the season came on, her and Karen sitting down and talking. I remember seeing that, but they never showed it. And I wish they would have. At least I wish they would have showed it. I still hope they could show it through this reunion. Even if it's just a clip. But we need to see something. Anyway, it is what it is. So Kay says that I'm sorry. Wendy says that she believed what Stacy said as it relates to what Karen said about her. Because deep down, Wendy knows she's self-absorbed. We know that. She know that. So Kay said it was foul that Stacy brought it up about Maddie. And for me, I was like, Kay, girl, shut up. But I get it. But at the same time, we on a reality show. So to Stacy's point, I would have did the same thing. Because she said, I took up for Karen. And she did. Countless amount of times. Karen act like I ain't see it, so you ain't do it. I was like, oh, okay. So the moment she decided to take up for Mia, Karen just, all hell broke loose. So Stacy said she had Karen's back, in which we saw that multiple times. So Wendy said Wendy tells Stacy, Karen told her to be careful of the woman coming into the group because she's smart and educated. Jizzy says, is she? I was like, whoa, whoa. What is that? Again, where? We need to know where is this coming from. Now, are you being antagonizing as you usually do, which is why a lot of us don't like you? Are you doing it because something happened behind the scenes between you and Stacy? Or are you doing it in solidarity of Karen? Because it got to be one of the reasons. Because throughout this whole season, we didn't see you and Stacy get into it. We just saw you trying to fight Stacy. Like, you was just doing your gutter snipe thing. Okay? Anyway, Giselle says, is she? Is she smart and educated? Stacy said, yes. I am very smart. I am very educated. I am well-rounded. I was like, girl. Y'all, Stacey is so lame to me. I like Stacey, but I'm sorry, y'all. Stacey is just lame. But whatever. Whatever. So Giselle says Karen grooms the new girls, and that grooming word has been rather nasty around these internet streets down in Huntsville. A show I told y'all I would never review. Anyway, this ain't about that. I think Wendy explained it correct. Not groom is such a not the best word to use, you know. So Kay pipes up and was like, oh, I didn't get that experience from Karen. Wendy says, Kay, my Kay, she says, Karen likes to mother goose the women. She likes to be the mother goose of the women in a relationship until you show her you can basically maneuver on your own. And when you can maneuver on your own in this group, then she starts to feel away. And of course, Kay didn't say anything. I'm gonna tell y'all this. While I liked Kay as the friend of, her as a housewife didn't it didn't jam with me. So I am not a Kay fan. Maybe she needs to give me a lot more. There are some good qualities about Kay, but this season I really just couldn't see it for Kay. It was just some of her antics, and she didn't give anything. Anyway, so Jassy arrived. I really want y'all to know that Jassy, or whatever her name is, could have been Zoomed. I know we say that all the time, but she could have been Zoomed or Teams, okay? Or she could have just took that Karen route and been re-recorded, okay? Her need to be here was it did not give, okay? So she's engaged and she gives Andy an invite. She told the girls that everybody's invited. She's going to send their invite. Very cute invite. So he plays for the Dallas Cowboys. So she said they're in between Potomac and Dallas or whatever. So there was a viewer that says, Jassy, you basically was a side chick. And then said, well, Mia, can you answer this question since you are a professional side chick? And I was like, oh, okay. And y'all, I forgot the lady name who asked the question, but child, I was like, okay. So Jassy said she did not know about the other woman. And she said the other girl, the other woman, the lady who was pregnant, said that they claimed that they wasn't together. Girl, did he tell you that? Because I feel like he told you all of this stuff. You chose to believe him. You knew he was with somebody. You had to know something. Like, you may not have had anything concrete, but you knew and felt something. So, Jassy, please. And I'm going to tell you this. what the what the women before me would say. How you got him is how you gonna lose him. Anyway, goodbye. So we talked about the GNA, the Guns and Alcohol event, the GNA Health and Wellness, the GNA Community Outreach Liaison. Girl, this is some bullshit if I ever seen it. Okay, they don't sell clothes. They just a community outreach. Okay, Ashley won't put no more money into it. It is what it is. So we talk about Karen's event being on the same day as the GNA event. And I think it was a person who asked why, basically, if you're gonna RSVP to the initial event, then that's where y'all should have went. Now, Giselle did say she respect Mia and Kay because Wendy and Giselle was just trying to get on the right footing. So I see no need for for Wendy to go to Giselle's event. Kay as well, she's more closer with Karen. So I felt like the girls was trying to split their time in between. I do feel like Giselle had a lot of misplaced anger. She was mad at Karen, and therefore she should have took it all out on Karen. But you kicked these ladies out, and you didn't just subtly kick them out. You loudly kicked them out. And when I would have told you, girl, fuck you and your event. All right? I ain't got to be here. I've been to better places. I've been kicked out of better places. Then had the nerve to go back out there to ask them for money. Girl, I would have said, ask your mama for some money. Okay? Please. So, we get on Ashley and this raggedy ass divorce. All I'm going to say is Ashley said she signed the papers. Michael signed the papers. They've been sent off, and now everybody just waiting. So then they asked Stacy. Oh, not only that. Ashley waived alimony, but now get child support. Stacy is reverse. She waived child support, but she gets alimony. And I'm like, why y'all couldn't get both? Y'all should have contacted Sutton for her lawyer, but whatever. It is what it is. So, what were we talking about? Oh, so then they asked Mia, when was she divorcing? Child, please. Moving on, because this review is getting extremely long. Ashley, messy ass, bring up Miami. Now, normally I don't like Ashley, but she was good for something in this, because I ain't never seen nobody divert like Ashley just changed the whole direction of this reunion, okay? So apparently, Stacy and Jossie went to Mia's birthday party in Miami, but they never got a chance to see Mia or hear from Mia. Stacy got the invite. She told Mia that she would be there. Mia responded to the invite. They get there. She tells Mia, hey, we are here. Keep in mind, Stacy had to leave her kid home to come support Mia. So this was all in text message. There's receipts. So she gave a receipt to Andy. And Mia did not respond to that text until midnight. So they were RSVPing to be at the restaurant because they didn't make it to, I think it was something else happening before that, but they made it to the restaurant at 8. They left because Mia never showed up. Apparently, Mia showed up at 9 o'clock. Apparently. So, Mia was there, that's wrong. Not only did she do that, she only extended, because Wendy pointed out the elephant in the room. And she was like, the other elephant in the room is that you invited them too, but you didn't invite any of us. So she didn't invite the rest of the ladies, just those two. And for those two people who flew out to come see you and to support you, you couldn't give her a text, a call. You couldn't make sure that these two ladies was okay. So Mia's response was, oh, I messed up. I apologize. And then she started to cry. So Wendy was like, listen up, babe. She didn't say babe, but the only reason you can save your tears, because basically the only reason you're crying is because, we basically on your ass. When your back is against the wall, you start to cry and that shit stops today. That's what Wendy said. And I was here for it because that is how Mia been operating all season long. Now I would say this, without Mia, there wouldn't have been nothing because nobody gave anything. I would give Mia that. I would give Mia that. But this was some bullshit. So we take a break. Everybody take a break. Mia goes to Stacy's room. Jazzy is in there. She apologizes to her and Jazzy. Stacy asks, well, why did you ghost me? Why did you ghost me? Mia says she didn't ghost them intentionally. Mia is lying. And Stacy says that you're crying because we are holding you accountable. So Mia tells them, she was like, I didn't have the capacity to be a good friend, and right now I still don't have the capacity to be a good friend. So Stacey was like, well, all right then, prior to her saying that, she was like, okay, apology not accepted. We're not ready to receive your apology, so you can go on, be strong, get the fuck out of our face, okay? So Mia, I'm sorry, y'all, my voice, I'm about to get some tea. So anyway, Mia goes into the dressing room, and child, all you hear somebody says, wah! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was Mia crying. Okay? And this is where the episode ends. It was good. Okay? I was thoroughly entertained. Me, your girl. I was thoroughly entertained. Okay? Now, I will absolutely see y'all in the next one. I am going to drop Married to Medicine. That was a shit show. Okay? So, anyway, we'll be back next week with part 2 of the reunion, y'all. Like I said, if you got any questions, comments, or concerns, emotional outbursts, drop them in the comments. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel before you exit out. I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.